Our special guest is ready for
He's
us. We'll
ready.
just jump right into it. Super Eagles technical advisor Gernot Rohr has accepted the new contract from the Nigeria Football Federation. It's a contract renewal. He became the coach of the senior men's national team in 2016, and now he's been given a contract to continue on the job. Let's go to Bordeaux in France. That's where Super Eagles technical advisor Gernot Rohr is chilling. Good morning, coach. Welcome to Sports This Morning. I should say bonjour.
Bonjour, good morning, everybody, and happy new month.
Happy New Month, Coach Gernot. We're super excited to have you on the show this morning. But before we get into the Super Eagles of Nigeria, let's talk about COVID-19. Coach, it has paused a lot of things in our world of sports. When football comes back, do you think it will ever be the same again?
Yeah, before I answer to this question, of course, I want to add something what you spoke about in the moment with the lady. It's about George Floyd.
That's right.
I'm very proud to see this people now show the solidarity with George Floyd and asking for justice. Like you know, I watch German Bundesliga. I'm German, and so I'm very proud to see more players, not only Jordan Sancho, but also Thuram yesterday from Mönchengladbach, also the coach from Mönchengladbach, Marco Rose. A lot of players and coaches in Germany show the solidarity with George Floyd, and myself also I show it. So only this I wanted to say before answering on your question.
Yeah.
Your question is about COVID-19. I
COVID-19.
think it will change. It will change, I hope so, our society to have more respect of the other people, to take care of the poor people, to be with the people who have problems with health. And also in football, it will change. You see already the stadiums are empty. I think that it will come back to, uh, of course, to matches with crowd, but not full stadiums for the moment. I think in September, October, we will have games, perhaps with 10,000 people in the big stadium of Allianz Arena in Munich. We will have matches in a different kind of spirit also, I hope, with more fair play, with more respect. I think perhaps there will come out something positive of this crisis of COVID-19.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's our hope. And you just mentioned that you're hoping football fans will be back to the stadium in September. What is it like playing football without fans?
Yeah, it's different. It's like in training. In training, we are most of the time alone. There's no crowd, nobody is watching us. So we do games, also training games. It's a little bit like this. You can hear the coaches speaking. You can hear the staff participating. You can see, you can hear also the players, of course, crying and all these things. You don't have it when there is a crowd. But you know that now they have, especially in Munich, in other stadiums also, they have audio accompaniment. You have the people, there is a sound from the fans, what they bring in the stadium, in the empty stadium. Don't, sometimes the players can believe there is a crowd, but it's different. We need our fans, we need the crowd, and we have to see very soon matches with our people. I think it will start with a few thousand in the big stadiums. And then if the numbers of the COVID are going down, we will have more and more people in the stadium again. And perhaps next year all will be like before. We hope so.
Yeah, we hope so. We hope
Hopefully.
football will come back because we just need to understand what football would be like without the fans. Let's bring it to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. You became the technical advisor in 2016, and it's been a pretty fairly good ride for you and the team. Contract renewal has been done with some conditions. And I read somewhere you said that you accept the two conditions. One of them, you'll be paid in Naira. Another, you live in Nigeria. And you also said that you don't even mind getting a lower salary. Coach Gernot, tell me, explain this, your love for Nigeria.
You know that I never speak about the confidential sides in my contract. You had the president Pinnick. What's your? You invited him, and he spoke about it. He's the boss. He can do all what he wants. But to me, I never speak about it. So this is a job which is very special because this team is my team. I built it together, of course, with my officials and my staff. It's a new team, a very young team. I think the mission is not finished for the moment, and I want it to continue. And I think that the period we are living now with this COVID, with this special side of the business of the football of everywhere, everybody has to do sacrifices, and me the first. So let's continue to work again with this good and young team, with the officials who have confidence in my work. I want to thank you. I want to thank you, all the officials. I want to say thank you to Mr. Pinnick, who's giving me the opportunity to continue to work with this team. We have a good solidarity. There is a very good relationship, not only with the team, with the staff, but also with the officials. And I think this needs time. You cannot come and find in a few weeks or in a few months this complicity we have now. We want to continue in this spirit. We want to win our games. We want to play well. We want to see our players progress. And then I think everybody will be happy in Nigeria.
Obviously, that's what we all want. You just mentioned that this is your team that you've built, and of course, that's where your love came from. Now, this crop of players, do you think you can actually win the Nations Cup with them and also qualify for the World Cup, because that's part of the contract?
I think we have a chance to win the next Nation Cup. At first, we have to qualify. It's not finished. We started very well with the 2 victories. But, it's always easy to say we will win the Nations Cup. We will go into the quarterfinal of the World Cup. But let's stay humble, please. We all the time had our philosophy in our team and in our staff to stay humble, to respect the other teams, to respect the opponents, and we will not change. I think we have a good team. We were already number 3 now in Africa. When I arrived, we were number 13. So we are in a good way, but it needs time, and I think we even don't know when will be the AFCON. Yesterday, I had a video conference with all my staff, medical and technical staff. I wanted to introduce Yobo, my new assistant, and I spoke with my doctor, with my physio, with my assistants, with Mr. Tunde, with Jean-Luc, with Nabil, with everybody. So we are preparing the future now, and we want to know how we can win the AFCON. Let's qualify at first to the AFCON. I think we are on a good way to that. And then let's say that we want to win it.
Sounds good. Let's stay humble. Let's talk about players again and the sort of players you need while staying humble and working towards winning the AFCON or qualifying for the World Cup. You've been misunderstood by some of the statements you've made about players in the Nigeria Professional Football League. Persons will argue that we have quality players there. Do you want to make us understand what's your stance on home-based players and their chances of playing in the Super Eagles?
Everybody has a chance to come to the Super Eagles. Everybody who is doing well in his club. We don't look where they are playing. We only see the quality of the players. Unfortunately, the Nigerian league is not playing for the moment like a lot of other leagues, but they have also the chances to come. You know that I invited already 23 players from the Nigerian league. I still have one mostly of the time with me is the goalkeeper Izenwa, but all the other players we invited, once they are in our Super Eagles team, they go to Europe and they are sold to this or this or this club. So and then there are no more Nigerian players. You cannot do all the time the team with Nigerian players. We have also a Chan team, like you know, the Eagles of Chan are only the players who are playing in Nigeria in the league and who can play for this Chan tournament. So unfortunately, they are not qualified for this one in Cameroon. But the best players all the time from this team have a chance to come in my team. And with my assistants, we are looking for them. They have a chance. I will watch the games. My assistant will see the games like we did all the time. We had the last time is Yusuf Salissou, where they went into the final in Morocco, and there were 3 players who are coming with us. Now they're in Europe, of course. So it's like that. You cannot all the time invite local league players, and then they go to Europe, and you want me to invite other local league players. It's not always possible. But we want to have the best one. If you want to come in this team now, you must be very strong, because we have already very good young players, and in Europe, players who are born from Nigerian parents, or the father or the mother, are so strong that it's very, very difficult for the local players to come in this team.
Well, I understand what you just said about having it difficult to get local players breaking into the team, especially when you have young players and talented ones and all. But it's part of your contract to actually have these players in the national team. How are you going to work around that?
Yeah, it's not a part of my contract to take players who are not so good like other one. I can choose my players myself. That is the most important. So nobody can tell me you have to take this one or this one or this one. I can take the best players, and I don't do it alone. We have a team in our staff. I have my assistants, I have my analyzer. Each Monday we have our meeting, and we speak about the games of the weekend, what they did, our players. So no, we have to take the best one, no matter where they are coming from.
Sounds good. We just needed to clarify that, because persons are making it sound like, oh, it's part of the contract that you must play home-based players. When you talk about this young team that you have and the rebuilding process, Coach Gernot, where does this start? Knowing that this is a team that you've taken to the World Cup and you've also taken to the AFCON. How much work do we still need to do with this Super Eagles team?
Yeah, the work is to be all the time with the players, to see them, to have a good communication, especially in this time now when there are no matches for us. We have a very good communication, take care of them. We had also some injured players, like, our goalkeeper, Uzoho, was injured. Now he's coming back. He's working very hard. We sent him our fitness coach to help him. And we have also another player like Tyron, who was injured a long time. Now in this long period, he can recover and come back. We had also Emmanuel Dennis, who was injured, can come back now. So the work in the moment is to be close to our players, to see them in a good health, to give them advices. Very soon we'll start the period of transfer. The FIFA window will open end of June, July, August, and we hope that some of them can come in better clubs to progress, or to play much more than they play in the moment, to have competition. The most important is to recover our injured players. The most important is to have all the time our philosophy to play the football, to go forward in a good collective system, few touches. Let's play quickly. Let's play with our quick wingers. Let's go forward very quickly and score the goals. And behind, we have to be also very strong. So we need this complicity, and the complicity needs time, because there are not so many games in a national team. It's not like in a club when you have the players every day in the training and you play each weekend. We need time, and we had already 4 years to work together. And I think we can progress very much in the next time. I hope we can play in September. I hope so. It's not sure yet. It's depending if the leagues are starting or not. Germany give the example. They had a very good concept, sanitary concept. very respectful, with tests before, with quarantine, living together, the players, the coaches. And it's working very well. They made already 4 games, each team. And even the second and the third division are playing. So I think it will start again. And I hope in Nigeria also they will start again, that we can see the players playing and we can see that also they are progressing. That is now the next step, that they can restart the leagues, please.
We really can't wait for that, right?
Yeah,
For restart the
yeah.
league. I was going to ask you if you are keeping in touch with some of your players, because you already mentioned that you've introduced Joseph Yobo to other technical staff. Are you keeping in touch with the players these COVID time?
All the time, of course. The first thing to know is if they are in a good health, if everybody is okay. And I can tell you from our 30 or 35 players, we are in touch with all the time. Everybody's okay. Nobody is sick. And our injured players I spoke about are on the good way to come back. So we have all the time, each week, not only with the captain or the second captain, we have all the time a good relationship. Our captain is Ahmed Musa. The second one is William Ekong. And the other one, the players who are with us.
Coach, I'm just going to pause you. Coach, I'm just going to pause you. Let's go on a water break. So you just sip, some water and just rest. We'll be right back to continue with this conversation. So don't go anywhere. We're right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. It's Sports This Morning. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. And you can be part of the show as we take a look at national team management in Nigeria. We have the technical advisor of the Super Eagles, Gernot Rohr. He's in Bordeaux, in France, staying safe. Let's go back to the coach. Coach, I'm sure you had a good water rest. Let's continue with where you stopped. You were talking about keeping up with the players. What are they telling you? Are they still in good shape to continue with football when COVID-19 is over?
Yeah, the players now want to play again. They are training. Everybody is training. Only in France, they stopped the league. But all other big championships in Europe are starting again. Germany did it. France stopped. So you have actually our player Kalu in Lagos, in his family, and his holidays, because they will start the training in the end of June only. So we are in the touch all the time, by phone, by video call. I can see them, I can message them, and everybody is okay, everybody is working. The players who are now holidays, the French one, we have also Simon Moses with Victor Osimhen, they're also playing in France, very important players for us. Victor Osimhen, I think, will have a very big opportunity to go from Lille, perhaps in Premier League or in Italy, in a very, very big club. This is also a success for him, but also for the Super Eagles to have players in Champions League clubs. If we have players playing in a very high level in the clubs, our level in the Super Eagles is growing also.
Yeah, that's a good one. You just mentioned Osimhen, concerning the fact that he may just move to one of the biggest clubs in Europe. Are you in support of him leaving Lille this season, or maybe he should stay for another season before moving to Europe?
If he stays for another season, would be good for him because he's playing. If he's going to a very big club, you have seen the clubs who are eventually ready to buy him now, it's not so sure to play because there is a big competition for the starting places in the team. If he's staying in Lille, would be good because sportively he will progress, we are sure about it. But he's also able now, because he's progressing so much, to play in a very big club. It's depending. If he has competition, would be better to play in a better club than Lille. If he's not playing, it's not so good for him because a young player like him has to play to progress.
So, Coach, let's take some messages from the fans. They want to understand the scouting system of the Super Eagles. Are there players you're looking at now? And how do you get some of these players that are scattered across Europe that have the potential to play for the Super Eagles?
Yeah, we have our scouting crew. This one is based in London with Mr. Tunde, but also in Germany with Nabil Tabelsi, my assistant, my analyzer. We have also our people in France, in Italy. We are watching all the leagues in Spain also, in Europe, where are the Nigerian players. Of course, we have some players we are interested to have them with us, but most of them played already for other countries in the youth selection. So it's not easy. They must come to us and say, we are interested to come with you. We are not begging anybody to come with us. But if somebody wants to come, like had with Iwobi or Ola Aina or Ekong or Tyrone, we had some players like that. The door is open, but it's not to us to tell them, we want to have you, absolutely, you must leave your country and play with Nigeria. No, they must be convinced that they are playing with their heart and with all the motivation for Nigeria Super Eagles.
Okay, another one coming from Olaniyan Oladeji, that's from Twitter. He says, you should update us on OVA Ejeria. What's the updates coming from that one? That's what Olaniyan wants to know about the player.
This player is one of the players we are looking for. We are in touch with him. These players who played already for the youth teams of their countries, there is a process to do. They have to write to FIFA, they have to write a letter, they have to follow some rules to change. But Ejaria is one of the players, we like him, and we could invite him. We have other ones, you know the names. I'm not here to give you all the names we are in contact with, but they are very just like him, who could come in our team, could have the chance. And I hope we will have some friendlies, because you see the calendar now, it's very difficult to make friendlies because we have to do our qualifiers at first for the AFCON and for the World Cup already. Should start in November, but will be difficult now to start the qualifiers in November. We need friendlies to test these players, and would be good to do it in September already. Would be very good to start with these friendlies.
I must say, thank you so much, Coach Gernot Rohr. It was short notice, but you jumped on this interview. Thank you so much. How do I say, please stay safe in French? How do I say it?
Thank you. You too. Stay safe, please, in Nigeria. Hello to all our fans. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You.
Again, it's okay. Coach Gernot, thank you so much for speaking to us this morning. That's the Super Eagles technical advisor, Gernot.